In this video, I'll be comparing all the mid-cap mutual funds and I'll be covering all these topics in this video. We will start by filtering through the entire mid-cap space on ticker tape. I am now applying a filter for mid-cap funds. I'm choosing growth plan and I need funds that have more than 5000 crores AUM. Now we are down to 19 funds that met our criteria. These are the biggest players in the mid-cap space, the one with investor confidence and operational stability. Now let me pull up the first Excel sheet where I have compiled the data from all these filtered funds. In the left side you can see the highest AUM funds. HDFC Midcap leads with 90,000 crores, followed by Kotak Midcap 60,000 crores, followed by Nippon. In the right, if you see the expense ratio, Kotak Midcap Funds has the lowest ratio, followed by the Edelweiss and PGIM. Let me switch to the second Excel sheet where I have analyzed returns across multiple time periods. When it comes to 1 year return, Invesco is in the top, followed by White Oak and ICICI. When it comes to 3 years returns, again Invesco with 28.70% return, followed by White Oak and Motilal Oswal. When it comes to 5 years return, Motilal Oswal with 33.9%, followed by Edelweiss and HDFC. When it comes to 10 years return, Invesco is again at the top with 20.49%, followed by Edelweiss and Kotak. I have violated the top 5 performers in each category. I have created a ranking based on how many times each fund appears in the top 5 across all 4 time periods, where HDFC appears in the top, followed by Edelweiss and Invesco. If we look at the rolling returns of the 5 funds, I'm choosing the period for 5 years. As you can see, Motilal Oswal is at the top with 35.07%, followed by Edelweiss, HDFC and Invesco. And you can see here the return statistics, the average median for the funds. Now let's get into the detailed metrics. Let me move to value research where I have compared all our selected 5 funds. Here you can see the AUM of the 5 funds where HDFC is the highest and White Oak is the lowest. If you see the return since inception, White Oak is the highest and HDFC is the lowest. When it comes to expense ratio, you can clearly see that the HDFC has the highest expense ratio and Edelweiss has lowest. If we compare the fund age, all funds are similar except White Oak. We will be not considering this. If we look at the portfolio turnover ratio, White Oak has the highest and HDFC has the lowest, which means HDFC is more stable than any other funds. Now we will be looking at the trailing returns. For the 1 year period, Invesco is the highest and Motilal Oswal is the lowest. In the 3 years period, Invesco is at the top and Edelweiss is the lowest. Here you can see a 10-year data. If we look at the risk ratio, mean percentage, the higher is better. Here we can clearly see that Invesco has the highest. When it comes to standard deviation, the lower the best. Here HDFC is at the top. When it comes to Sharpie, the higher is the best. Here Invesco is at the top. If we look at the Sortino ratio, the higher is the best. Again, here HDFC is at the top. When we look at the beta, the lower is the best. So again HDFC is the best in this. When we look at the alpha, the higher is the best. So Invesco is at the top. Here you can see the asset allocation of each funds. Here HDFC holds 93% in equity. Edelweiss holds 97%, Invesco holds 99%, Motilal Oswal holds 87 and White Oak holds 96%. Only Edelweiss and White Oak hold debt in their asset allocation with 3% and 7, and you can see their cash holdings also. If we see their sectoral distribution, HDFC has 26% in financial, again Edelweiss has 26%, Invesco with the highest of 34%, Motilal Oswal has only 3%, White Oak has 24%. If you see there, consumer discretionary, HDFC has 13%, Edelweiss 14, Invesco 10, Motilal Oswal 25 and White Oak 12. When it comes to technology holdings, almost 13% in HDFC, followed by Edelweiss 9, Invesco 14, Motilal Oswal 35 and White Oak 16. Here you can see the stock holding of each funds. At HDFC has a holding of 75 in their portfolio. Edelweiss 87, Invesco 49, Motilal Oswal 15 very low, White Oak Capital as 108 as the maximum. If we look at the top 10 stock holdings funds, HDFC holds 32%, Edelweiss 22, Invesco 43, Motilal Oswal 73, and White Oak Capital is that. Here you can see the top holding percentage in the graph, and here you can see the minimum SIP investment and minimum additional investments and the minimum withdrawal investment detail. If I am an conservative investor, I would choose HDFC because its fund is stable, gives consistent returns with lower risk and proven track records. If I am a balanced investor, I would choose Invesco because it gives a balanced growth with recent strong momentum. If I am a aggressive investor, I would choose Motilal Oswala. But you have to remember that portfolio is highly concentrated. If you are willing to take high volatility for potential high long-term returns. That's it for today's video. Do like, share, and subscribe to our channel. Comment below with topics you would like us to cover next.